Okay, this is analysis of ZvZ, defending lots of cheese without gas. So the map is Overgrowth. It's one of the older, more classic maps. The rush distance is short, meaning that cheesy builds get to your base really fast. Bearing that in mind, I went for a pool first instead of a hatch first. Usually hatch first is my preferred build, but being against 12 pool in this map is the poopies, so 17 pool, and then I drone again for a 17 hatch. This is Golden, he's memeing with me with the emotes. My opponent is going gas pool with no expansion. Queen. Lots of lings. So I took my hatch at 17 supply, and then I took a gas at a pretty late time, around 18 supply. And then the first big piece of information we get is this here. So lings are moving across the map. My pool has just finished, so they're cheesing. I have a gas on the way, but because my gas is kind of late, I'm going to opt for a more mineral-based defense instead of a gas-based defense. So queens and spines are really good in the early game against cheese. So I'm making my first queen, and I'm making lings. Just spend your larva, spend your money. Not putting on gas, that's pretty noteworthy. I'm just trying to discourage these lings from attacking my hatch, but I can't trade favorably until I have equal or greater army here. And then the main area you want to control against cheese is the ramp into your main. That's the first crucial location to secure. The next crucial location would be this wall-off area here, if you plan to go into a 2-base macro game. So my spine finished, I made one spine crawler when my pool is done, and I saw the lings, and I'm just making as many queens as I can. So one queen from each base, and then lings with my minerals. You see in the units tab I have 17 drones to 12. So if I protect my drones, that's pretty good. If I protect my drones and my base, that's excellent. So I moved my spine down when the lings were away. I want to try and get on top of those banes as I can. And then now, I'm moving up to the next crucial location. This is point 2 of defending without gas. Notice I still did not put on gas because I know the opponent's build is very, very committed in that ling speed finished and there was a bane nest, so it's not a like 13 pool or 12 pool into expand. Slow lings are really bad at defending ling bane, so I just sent him. It was just a way of kind of shaping the game in a way that the opponent has to deal with something, and that buys me time to get a wall. So here I created a wall, Evo, Roach Warren, Evo, with 2 queens at the choke. So this is something that I kind of learned partially through trial and error, but also a viewer and friend Mainframe was talking about, well, what if instead of having 1 queen to plug this hole, you have 2 queens to plug the hole? Why would you do this? If you have 1 queen plugging the hole, then you have about 1, 2, 3, 4 Zerglings worth of DPS that the opponent can apply to you if they're attacking. But if you have 2 queens kind of staggered back on hold position, then they can only get 2 or 3 lings attacking each queen. So it lowers the effective DPS, it spreads the damage across 2 queens, which means that your wall is a little bit more sturdy. Another thing you should focus on is the queen with the most energy should not be in the wall. You want to have your lowest energy queens in the wall, and then your high energy queens back from the wall. Since my wall is secure, I didn't want to spend transfuse on this. This is safe as long as this is safe. Another thing you want to check is filling vision right here in case there's a drop overlord, which I'll do that in a little bit. But once my wall is finished, then I refill the gas. That's kind of the checkpoint. Just refilling 1 gas and then droning 2 bases. The queen in the main. My first gas expenditure is going to be lair, so that I can get roach speed. And the opponent is still just on 11 workers. They're trying to go for another big follow-up all-in. From the cheesing perspective, if you cheese the opening, then you should either cheese again with a different all-in, or you should be super greedy. If you play cheesy into safe, you just fall really far behind. So here comes the cheese. Spine is here to assist. My highest energy queen is in the back. Lower energy queens are in the front. And then we'll kind of slow this down. I have my queens selected right now. They're the most important units. And because Banes can give pretty fast damage to the queens, I'm being pretty liberal with my transfusing. So I just transfuse. Everything's on hold position. Hold position is important because if your units are just placed there and they're not on hold, then the lings can attack in and then pull out, and the queens will chase them forward and it will break your wall. So whatever your hotkey is for hold position, my webcam is over it, but you should have these queens on hold. And then I'm making roaches behind it. He knows that he can't catch up. It's 33 drones to 11, so this is kind of what a gasless wall off would look like. You can do this on pretty much every map. Sometimes, like if it's a non-cheesy opening, you can send your first queen down at the beginning and lay a creep tumor to fill the creep to build the wall. But that's basically what gasless queen wall defense looks like versus Ling Bane cheese.